Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. What are you looking at? This piece here is the 60th anniversary castle plaque, and it was one of the items featured at the Lewis Galleries in Simi Valley. Thank you to Marianne Lewis. She was absolutely a doll and invited me to my very, very first gallery to debut up in Simi Valley. And it was wonderful. Marianne was full of delights and joy, and I really felt like she was family, and I really, really enjoyed myself. So we will talk more about Marianne in a minute. But I wanted you guys to see this castle. It's not the usual thing. This is what you usually see. Hi, everybody. Terri Hardin, Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer here. Jim Henson Muppeteer and international trademarked artist and speaker. So there you go. Been in Ghostbusters, Men in Black, a few movies that you may have loved. A pop culture artist, many people call me, because I've done a lot of things that you as children have seen. I've been a part of dinosaurs, Captain EO, etc., etc. But also, I'm an artist, and I've been an Imagineer for quite some time. I'm known as the come here, get away, Imagineer, which means they open the box and have me come in and help them when they need it, and then push me out the door when they don't, which is lovely for me and lovely for them. So it's what we call the Mutual Admiration Society. So it's absolutely fabulous. But like I said, on Saturday, I announced that I was going to be a part of the Lewis Galleries. I was excited. I was stoked. And it was my very, very first time. I was I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit nervous, but very, very excited to have this opportunity. And Marianne was very nurturing and kind. And I found out that she's that way with a lot of artists she represents at the gallery. So it was a very exciting event. It drizzled all evening. So the two of us were like, it's drizzling all evening. Well, actually, we didn't really get to see it all evening. I met Marianne early to set up my table. And at that point, it began to drizzle. I was there early enough, and it began to drizzle. And I said to myself, wow, okay, it's drizzling, and whoa, hope people come. And right at that time, as I was still finishing setting up a little bit, two people walked in because, surprise to me, Marianne's Lewis Galleries is located in a mall. So there's lots of people kind of doing their Christmas shopping and a few people that are on their way to a movie. So if they're early, they decide to walk around the mall and see what's what. And they came over to the Lewis Galleries to take a peek inside, where Marianne greets them at the door and she says, hey, do you like Disney? This is Disney Imagineer, legendary Imagineer Terri Hardin. And they come over and they talk to me. And that's cool. It was very cool. Marianne and then Marianne is offering an exclusive Figment pin, which I showed you on the day. You could go there and get the Figment pin, and you can still reach out to the Lewis Galleries and see if she has more available, because she said she had a few more of them, but that is the only place you can get the Figment pin. So this is what the Figment pin looks like. There it is. And you have to, I'm going to say Lewis Gallery, Simi Valley, and you can reach out to Marianne. I will have the information for you up around Wednesday, but Terri's tribe, I'm giving my tribe the right to first refusal for the pins because they're part of the tribe. What's the tribe, you say? I'm so glad you asked. The tribe is, here's how you join Terri's tribe. www.patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Why would you join the tribe? Well, if you're someone who wants to add your voice to a growing community of people who help each other, support each other in their endeavors, and you can have a couple of examples. You can have a situation where you want to do something you love and maybe you're a little trepidatious about doing it, we all talk and encourage you about how to do it. We give you suggestions on how to do it. We also talk about gather. We talk about if you're feeling melancholy, you're missing Disneyland, you're out of town and you need a little Disney love. You can talk Disney love. It's not all about Disney. It's basically a group of artists supporting each other in a positive way. All right. Yes, it's my fault that I started it, but it's not my fault that it continues. I have to be honest with you. It's the people within the community that really fuel it and make it special. It is a combination of cast members, of people who knew Disney, of people who are social media people, people who are influencers, people who are aspiring, people who are students, all walks of life. It's people who love all kinds of things: music, plays, Lego, Disney, Knott's Berry Farm, movies, cosplay, basically just about else. I think where we're a little lean in the group is sports. We have a couple of sports minded people, but most of us are people who maybe through school, sports was not our thing. And we were kind of the misfits of science. And a lot of us are together supporting each other. And even when you're down, we're there for you. We always have your back. We have a private Facebook page where you can kind of share what's going on with you and we can give you words of encouragement. If you're that kind of a person, if you're a giver, if you're someone who loves to be in a group of people that is that positive and upbeat and really good for your soul, this is where you got to go. $5 a month. So you can try it for $5 for the first month, see what you want. And then every month after that, you just stay in until maybe you get busy or you're not, if you don't like it, you can, treat it like the hokey pokey, put your right foot in. Okay. It's not for you. Take your right foot out. We're not going to hate you. We're all good, positive people, but it could be just what you've been looking for. So I urge you to go here and take a look, check out the tiers. You can go higher up, but the $5 tier gets quite a bit too. So don't feel, I want people to be able to put some skin in the game for not too much money and stay and get some of my inspirating talks. Every Wednesday we do a Zoom call and sometimes we do Monday nights. So it's a chance for you to actually talk with me and get some of this inspiring stuff that I spew directly and specifically to you. So check it out. Please become a member, especially your voice needs to be heard. Okay. All right. So patrons came to see me. My tribe came to see me and it was lovely and exciting and new. And many had not got to hold my sculptures before because we gather and I don't usually have my sculptures out. If you're at the Disney and a fan club event, I'm often there. But at this gallery, there were some new faces to see, new people to talk to. Marianne had a lot of people come in. In fact, I had a painting there that I offered. And I also had this plaque that I showed you before. So this plaque is a very lovely 60th anniversary commemorative plaque. And as mentioned at the gallery, it has the Splash Mountain that is soon to be extinct. So it's a nice piece to have. And if it's something you're interested in, feel free to reach out to me or simply go to my store, terrihardin.com terrihardin.com. And you can see the online store in the bar above. So just go to my website, click on online store, and you can find this plaque. Or you can reach out to me. They are being made to order. So I don't know if they'll be ready for Christmas, as I've said, but they'll be ready for later. I also did, I may have mentioned that for the gallery, for Marianne's gallery, I was going to do things exclusive to that gallery. So that Figment pin can only be bought at the Lewis Galleries. And it was exciting. I learned a lot about galleries. It was my first gallery. Marianne is a very outgoing, upbeat person, and it's a very eclectic gallery, which touched my heart. I got the opportunity to see art from a lot of people that I knew, but also a lot of people that I didn't know, and some very clever art, which she was very, very educated on where it came from, what it was, what it sells for, how popular is that artist. And then she couldn't necessarily say how they did their production, but it could be an opportunity for me to find out as I embark on my new adventure into painting. So my little painting, let me go back up to recents. There we go. Did I? Yeah, no. Did I show the painting? I don't know if I did. Oh, just give me 1 second. My throat. I got to tell you, when you do these gallery things, especially if you're me, you're chatting an awful lot. Yeah, you just talk to people. That's what I do. And so Marianne was sweet enough to say that something that she found um, special was that I like to engage with each and every one of you when you come through the door. I like to have a conversation with you. I like to learn about you. I like to hear about what's up, what you like. And there it is. Thank you. There we go. Okay. So this is the painting. There it is. This is the painting I did with the little pin. And the painting was an original. We're going to have, Marianne is doing prints of it. So if you fall in love with the pin and you want it, you can get a print of the painting. All of that you can ask the Lewis Galleries about, right? And I will have the information for you in a couple of days. Okay. I want my tribe to have right to first refusal. And then, of course, you can look it up and reach out to Marianne now. She's not going to say no. She's going to say yes, and she's going to sell it to you. So you have to do a little more footwork before Wednesday, but then Wednesday I'll post it. All right. So you know. And if you saw my post from Saturday, you can already look at that post and reach out to who through that post. You just wouldn't RSVP because it's past. You follow me? So there you go. Anyway, a client of Marianne swooped in like a breath of fresh air, very quiet, stood with her most of the time. I really didn't notice him until he I said hi. She introduced him to me and I said hello to him. He was very, very reserved and quiet, very, very sweet. But then he sort of flew out as quickly as he flew in. And when he flew out, I said goodbye. And he kind of jumped back startled and said goodbye. So Marianne was mentioning to me that many artists aren't as talkative as I am. But those of you who know me know that there are not many people that are as talkative as I am. So let's be real. But that's part of what I like to do is engage with the people who are interested in the art. Because let's face it, guys, if you share, now you notice that I wrote share your dream, you never know what can happen. That's because I only have minimal real estate on the thumbnail. But what I want to tell you is when you share your dream out loud with others, and you have to choose the circles, because if you share it with some people, there's going to be people who are out there that want to tear your dream down, and you're going to feel they may be someone you respect and love, and then you're going to feel a little hesitant about whether or not you should share your dream or if you should even pursue your dream. You got to fight for your dream, guys. You can't just wish and Nam Yaho Renge Kyo in the corner anymore. You've got to really fight for it. You're going to get kicked in the stomach, not literally, but you're going to get beaten down. And you got to say, am I going to dust myself up, pick myself up, dust myself up, and keep going? How bad do you want it? Never give up. But the good news about sharing your dream is when you share it with the right people, you don't know what kind of angel is going to float down from heaven and help you achieve it. And this is Marianne Lewis of Lewis Galleries. I have long had a dream to be in a gallery, and I have long had a dream to have someone like Marianne talk to me very, very frankly about my own art, about the transition that I wish to do in 2023 away from Disney. It doesn't mean I won't be doing Disney. I will just be doing less of Disney for collectors, maybe one sculpture a year, and then always a personal one of a kind. So if you want a one of a kind done, I've done nativities one of a kind. I've done kitchen art one of a kind. I've done rooms one of a kind, because I am an Imagineer. That means all of the above when it comes to creation. You just have a dream and then you share it with me, and then I can make that happen. So that's what I'm talking about, but I'm not talking about me helping you achieve your dreams, although patreon.com/Terri Hardin is a good start for $5 a month. See how I snuck that in? But it's the truth. It's the truth. And then you're going to find it from people that you don't even expect, which are the other tribe people in Terry Tribe on my Patreon page. Every single one of them is a diamond, and they're very, very valuable. And they have been helpful to me in a multitude. I can't even begin to tell you what a blessing that the tribe is for me. And honestly, it's I know you hear people say it's not about you hear people say you can't make it all about the money. Let me say it like that. Just don't make your page all about, don't get money centric. Get service centric. Think about a friend of mine used to say, put a towel over your arm and pretend you're a server and say, may I help you? How can I help you? And you help each other, called collaboration. It's much more fun when you collaborate back and forth on something like that. And Marianne and I had a great time collaborating. And I think we could even do better now that we know how good we work together, how well we work together. But you do the dream, you put it out there, and then you just never know what kind of angel is going to come down and say, I can help you with that. And then you say to yourself, well, how can I help them in return? Right? So it's just, you don't want to keep it to yourself. It would be one thing if you kept your dream to yourself and you didn't share it with anyone. But the problem is humans are very magical creatures. I'm the first to say that, but they don't read minds. I don't read minds. So I can't know what you want. So when you post your art on an Instagram, for example, or you show it off on TikTok in a time lapse, it's really lovely and fantastic. But what next for you? So you got to be sure to share your dreams so we all know what you want, including places you want to work for, because they are watching and looking for people just like you. Okay. So if you want to be a ride designer for Imagineering, or you want to be a concept artist for Imagineering, you create concept art and say, this is my dream. This is what I want to do. Here's what I do. It's very different from back in the day when myself, age 65, as a young person, no internet, no social media, had to hand carry a heavy portfolio, open it up and show my work, explain my work live. And live is cool. I still love live. Or in the case of Tony Baxter, where he built a little roller coaster at a young age and they just flipped out over it. And the next thing you know, he's on his way. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay. You can share on social media and do it with heart. Share your heart, share what you want to do. Show us what you got. And someone will come knocking. Then all you have to do is figure out what you're going to charge, right? So that's what the page is for. So let's say you're nervous about showing it on the World Wide Web, because let's face it, there are people out there that are going to dish you no matter what. Okay. Just seems to be their calling in life. Why someone would pick a mean calling like that, I don't know, but they do it. Okay. And you cannot absorb that. All right. We tend to absorb the negative more than the positive. We're little sponges with the negative. We want to repel the negative, absorb the positive. When someone gives you a compliment, you turn red, you get embarrassed, but just cough up a thank you. Don't tell them no. Don't tell them you don't deserve it. When we're giving you a compliment, we don't believe you anyway. So just say thank you. Okay. Because we really want to give you this compliment. This is our gift to you because we really believe it. And so this is a great thing for me to share with you today, because I shared my desire to be in a gallery, and Marianne stepped up and blessed me with the Lewis Galleries. And not only was it a great first gallery, it was one of the greatest first galleries I could even imagine. It was definitely a Christmas present worth opening. And I'm so grateful to her and the Lewis Galleries. And if you get a chance to go to Simi Valley and see the Lewis Galleries, you got to go, because she is someone who has invested in the dreams of many artists and has reaped the benefits of it. So it's extremely exciting to see it. And I look forward to being a part of her world. I'm really going to love it. And there were things that we learned. She and I learned that night. One of the things that I did was Marianne wanted me to do a demo. And one of the things that I learned, and we discussed after as we were wrapping up, was for many artists, you may be very shy. You may be someone who spends a lot of time. I mean, after all, as an artist, you spend a lot of time under hot lights, sculpting or painting alone. Am I right? You don't necessarily if you are someone and you create your own art, doing it with other people. So when it comes to talking to people when you are debuting it or uh, showing it off at a gallery, interaction is very important. And Marianne has discovered, like many gallery owners, if you're a shy artist, there's got to be something that interacts with the people who will possibly purchase your art, doesn't it? Now, I encourage you to work on your people skills. If you're someone who doesn't have people skills, look in the mirror and say, I can change and have people skills, because this is always going to be better. If you're ever at a live event and you've seen somebody, you've gone through a live art show and you've looked at the art, but the person has got their phone up, doing this the whole time that you're looking, hey, how's it going? If you get that, this is not going to make people interested in your art, because let's face it, guys, they're not really buying your art. They want to buy you. And so if you are open, learn about them, hear about what they like, guide them to things that they're interested in. I remember meeting a lovely couple on Saturday night who loved the Haunted Mansion. Surprise, I know, right? They love the Haunted Mansion, much like many of you out there. So we talked specifically about my Haunted Mansion stuff that was over in one area. We kept it together and we talked about the Haunted Mansion stuff. They also inquired about a couple of very unique, more expensive pieces that I had, which were art proofs. And I told them it was basically so people could see them. If they sell, great. If they don't, it's not a problem for me. It's nothing. I want them to see it, but this is the price. If they don't sell tonight, you can reach out to me or to Marianne at this gallery or wherever you've seen them to find me and purchase it if you change your mind. So no pressure is what I'm saying. I'm not there to twist your arm, buy a pin or die. It's just for you to sit and enjoy and look. And you come and look and you can talk to me and you can ask me about my clay. So Marianne wanted a demo and I was going to do a sculpting demo. So I chose this little guy, which looks like a snake right now, but this is actually going to be Mushu. So there he is. I'll spin him around. Whee! He's a very happy little guy spinning. It will be him reading the paper. So if you look at him here, there he is. You can see him. I'll show you a different angle if you like, but I demoed him. And I actually put him down and then I sculpted on him like this, right? So what I found fun to do with people was that I showed them my clay. Now, many of you 3D sculpt. You do a Maya or you do a ZBrush or you do that stuff, which I do not. I'm 65. Clay has to be in my hands, being malleable, foldable, crushable. I teach classes in this and I'm going to do more online ones next year. So stay tuned. But the point is that a lot of people didn't understand the clay and many were like, what is this clay? Well, let me tell you about this clay. First of all, you hear how hard it is? This is Chavant. There's the name right here. Beep. Let me go this way. There you go. There's the name, Chavant, okay? This is a favorite of mine. It's equally soft and equally hard. But Chavant has a ton of different ones in a sample box you can buy, so you could try each clay before you buy it. I love this company. They are very, very special to me. Some people like this clay, some people don't. But what I found at the Lewis Galleries with Marianne as well is they couldn't believe how heavy this is, and they couldn't believe how hard it is, and the fact that you cannot gush a corner. Okay, you can't gush it. Yet I sculpted him out of this clay. So I demoed how it was done. Hear that thud? That's the clay. You take an incandescent lamp, and if I cut to right here, the incandescent lamp is this blue lamp right here. This is just a classic lamp you can buy at a Walmart, a Costco. It's a desk lamp, and it has a little LED inside, and it warms the clay up and makes the clay soft. Okay, so underneath it, you pull out a little ball. There's a little ball right there. You see that little ball? And if we cut to this camera right here and I put it right in front of my face, let me put a light on it for you guys. There, you can even see him a little better. Isn't his face cute? And everybody was loving his little pouty lip. But anyway, it's now moldable, squishable, twistable. You see how different it is? You saw the hard knocks. Now it molds and squishes. Very squishable, moldable, fun. And the light heats it up, and then the air around cools it down so you can touch your sculpture. Let me put this back under the light. It's heating right now. You can touch your sculpture without messing it up. It's also flexible enough if I turn around so you see the S part. I'll put it over here, step like this. You see this part, the armature that I have inside, which I showed on that day, you can bend and change the curvature of the guy. So you may be saying, where are Mushu's arms? I will cut the clay off here and put his arms on as soon as I'm happy with this sweep right here. See? And then I think about the angle that I think he's going to be actually presented to you. It's going to be this one. So it will be his face. And you see how fun? You've got this fun sweep, fun legs up here, and then the fun tail. And then if I turn it like this, you can see the 3-point balance that I need. The 2 feet right here and the tail in the back. So I make sure all of this is good, and I demonstrated that. I showed what kind of an armature underneath, because every home needs a good foundation. And then it was great. But what happens is that for an artist like me who likes to chat with you, I can get really wrapped up in this and only look at this and talk to this. And then you come and you disappear, and I might not see you, which really pains me. I want each and every one of you who come to visit me to be able to engage with me. So this can be a bit of a distraction. Even though Marianne said they loved watching me sculpt, I have to learn to be able to see over this so that others can enjoy how this is done, but also don't feel like they're being left out of the conversation. Are you following me there? Now, if you're a quiet sculptor or painter, the painting can be the draw, and you don't have to talk much, because as Marianne has discovered, that brings people in and brings people to stay and brings people to fall in love. And while you're painting, you just kind of talk to the painting and talk about what you're going to do. The next color I'm going to put on, I thin it with this, I da-da-da. So I would be saying, I put the clay under the hot lights, I smooth, you know. One of the things that I always do with my armatures is be sure that I can remove the head. So then I demonstrate that I can remove the head. This way we can look at each other up and down, and I can work closer. I also talk about the tools that I use. I also talk about when you're going to do an armature like this and you have a connector here, make sure that it is a square or a triangle connector, not a circle. So if we come in, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, you see how that square is right there? It's a square, not a circle, right there. Yeah, that's important, because otherwise the head would spin around like this, wee, on the sculpture, wee, and be a real pain. If you lock it in with the square like this and put it on, it stays in the position that you, the sculptor, want it to be. Isn't that clever and cool? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you think it's clever, but it's definitely cool. Anyway, this is what I did with the demo. I also showed the drawing. I think I showed you guys as well. I start with a sketch. I whipped this out on my Patreon page in a couple of minutes. Just said I want this sweep. Here is the newspaper here, just to show the counterbalance. I did a line from here in the center so that it's centered. So if we look at this piece right now, he's a little uncentered because we don't have the newspaper. But because I can position him to me, I can always change that later. So this is some of the things you want to think of when you're working on your piece. And I will continue to work on him. And then he will be a one-of-a-kind offered at the Lewis Galleries. So there you go, huh? Woohoo! How fun is that? Yes. And I have my model sheet, because the model sheet helps me to be accurate when I'm doing a character that you guys all know and love. Though this is my little model sheet. Over here is the one that I want to do of the sculpture, and you recognize that here. And then all these others just give me a good body relationship, leg to body, arm to body. Face, if I wanted the eyes open, I decided to do 2 different size eyes because I like to do that. Here, over here, if I wanted to add crikey, or Cricky as they call him. I call him Crikey, but it's Cricky. And then here's a full-on face. If I were to do something full on with his face, if I need to see what does the face look full on here, I can get the idea of the shape here. And you can see that there's tufts coming out, which he doesn't have yet. It's just his narrow snake-like face, so he needs those tufts. And he also needs his little ears, which aren't there either, these fun little ears. And so this face on the front is what helps me to know what the face looks like dead on, right? So that's what I do. Yeah, so there you go. I was shading my face, huh? What good is that? You're like this. Put myself in a shadow. I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, that's what I did there. But what Marianne explained to me at the gallery was that when you're a quiet sculptor, you're not someone who is a chatty person like myself, that that allows the artist to engage and for the paintings to move, to be sold, because they still get to know the artist as they talk about their process and what they're doing. And then they will, you all will fire questions at us. And I'm drinking my breakfast today because it's Monday. Monday is like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F, all the way to the top. Blah, 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 all the way to the top. So that's what I'm at. Anyway, there it is. That's what it is. That's what's happening. That's our Monday. How was your weekend? I should have probably said that at the top of the hour. But I really wanted to tell you that the gallery taught me a lot of things, as well as I'm sure Marianne learned a lot of things. And we both were really excited because even though it was drizzly, rainy, and cold, and she made this delicious, she had little nibbles that were like coffee cake, cheese, berries, and coffee. And I think another warm drink you could have. And it was lovely. And it was just lovely because it was a nice, cozy sort of Christmas morning. And you walk into her gallery and it smells really festive. So she was firing on all cylinders, in my opinion, and everybody had a really good time, and I thank her for that. It was a really, really good 5 to 8, 3 hours. In fact, I stayed a little bit later and then packed up, and it was just phenomenal. It will be a memory forever, and it was just real special. Yeah. So I will have pictures. I'm going to post a couple of pictures of it that my husband took. My husband was there, a rare appearance of my husband, as he took some pictures of my table and of the people and of me and Marianne together, which you saw in the thumbnail today. That's Marianne. And you are more than welcome to reach out to her and talk to her about the figment pen. Like I said, let me post that again one more time before I talk to you, because it's super important well, like I said, I'll post that later. That's what I was going to say. But I posted her address before. So go on my Instagram and go on, here's my Instagram right here. Go there and check it out, or look it up on Facebook. I posted it everywhere except for TikTok because I'm still learning that. TikTok is an anomaly right now. But go there, check it out. And if this figment pen, excites you, then reach out to Marianne. Here it is. You might remember him. There he is. And she has a few left. So reach out to her and ask her about it. They're $20 and get yours. He's cute. He's rare. He'll grow really well if you manage to snag one of those popcorn buckets from Walt Disney World. And I also did a little drawing like this. And this one got really bent, so I just couldn't give it to anybody. But it's good to show you here. They're flatter than. And it's a drawing that I did, and it's a lot like the painting that you just saw, but it's a little one that comes with the pen if you happen to mention that you'd like it. And she'll talk to you about how you might frame it like this, right? It's cute, huh? He's really cute. He's really cute. I'm trying to make him fly. Look, he's flying. But anyway, you can see how cute he is. For $20, he's darling. But you have to reach out to Marianne. You cannot get it directly through me, okay? This is what I've decided to do. I think I've mentioned to you that I wanted to do that I was trying to suggest to Disney over and over and over and over and over again, that their ships or cruise ships, it would be great if they made each cruise ship represent, in their gift shop, have a little area where they theme the ocean shows that you all love. So one might feature Little Mermaid, one might feature Lilo and Stitch, one might be 20,000 Leagues, or it could be Little Mermaid and 20,000 Leagues and Lilo and Stitch and what was that new little water movie with that cute guy that was a fish and then he turns into a person? Anyway, Luca, was it? What I'm saying is then the art could feature that and you could bounce from ship to ship, not only enjoying ship to ship, but getting some art that's exclusive to the ship. So this is what I want to do with the galleries, not necessarily Disney art, but my art would be, I would always do an exclusive piece for the gallery. So for Lewis Galleries, I want to do some exclusive pieces where you need to get them through Lewis Galleries. Yeah, something special. Yeah, so that it helps them. And what did I say? I help them while they help me. Galleries. In this case, Marianne is representing me in my art on a special evening. That takes a bit. That's an investment. That's her time, one of the greatest gifts of all. And I want to make sure she has something that is hers and hers alone as a thank you for having me in there. And as an artist, this is something I think you should do. Don't have to, but it would be nice that she has a few exclusive pieces found nowhere else at her gallery. And in order to get them, you have to get your little self over there or reach out to her and call her, because it's a beautiful gallery. And this way I can help drive traffic to it. And the more of us to help each other do this, the better it's going to be for everybody. At least that's the way I feel. Yeah. And again, I'm saying share your dream because you don't know what kind of angel is going to help you achieve it. You just don't know where the help is going to come from, right? If you keep it to yourself, you may be struggling and saying nobody likes me. You'll be singing that weird little kid song. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I think I'll go eat worms. Don't do that. Don't sing that song, which I think is ridiculous. And tell yourself that you need to get with people who believe in you. And that's why patreon.com/Terri Hardin is so important. It's $5 a month, guys. Skip a Starbucks. Save $1 a day for a week and you've got it. You see what I'm saying? It's so you have skin in the game. Why do I tell you to have skin in the game? Because I'm coming and showing up. So I have found that if it's free, sometimes you guys show up, sometimes you don't, but you always show up if you're paying for it, don't you? Yeah, you do. And I deliver more. I over-deliver content. So I make it worth your while. And if you don't think so, guess what? You unsubscribe to Terri's Tribe. And we're going to miss you, but we're not going to dislike you for it. It's your choice. But we want to invite you, especially if your voice, I need to hear your voice. There are so many voices in the tribe that are not mine. I have one. And the tribe has many, and they're all beautiful. They're all beautiful. This weekend, if it hadn't been for them, they give you the confidence. They cheer you on. And they don't do it smarmy. They do it real. Everybody in there is a real person and a really good, honest person. And I love every single one of them. They're family. So if you want to be part of this family, if your voice needs to be heard, then this is what you need to do, guys. You need to go to patreon.com/Terri Hardin. Check it out. There's no harm in checking it out. I don't reach out from the screen, grab your wrists and say, pay me now. It's not that kind of a thing. All right. It's a trade. Your $5 for my time. You follow? Okay. All right. Enough of that, but I'd love to have you come if you're someone who needs that or wants that. It's the eye of a hurricane and a port in a storm, and it really is a great place to hang your hat and have a good time. And I broadcast every Monday and Friday before I come and see you publicly on YouTube. And I also do a Zoom call every single week where we talk live. So if that sounds interesting to you, please join us. Okay, let's see what you have to say. It's kind of an easy morning, and I think it's an easy, well, I don't mean easy as in simple. Mine is already crazy. Mondays are just that way. But the holidays are vastly coming upon us. It's already the 12th. We're just about halfway there. So I understand if you've got stuff to do. No one knows it better than me. Hi, Bob. Good morning. And thank you for saying that. Crumpet Puppet Troop, how are you doing? Always a pleasure to hear from you. How are you? And Bonnie, hello, Bonnie. Good morning. Happy Monday. So good to see you. Tim Gillette, I sure hope I can see you Wednesday. I don't have a VA appointment. Let's see if I don't have anything that, shh, don't tell anyone, so I can come and see you if you're doing a Zoom. Are you? I think you are. Anyway, Tim Gillette, and I think those of you who joined me on this YouTube channel know about Tim Gillette. And one of the reasons that I am, you may be watching me and going, wow, she shifts between camera. Look, there's a painting. Look, there's a 3/4. Hey, look, there's an aerial view. You can watch my hands do stuff. Whoop, stuff, right? Yes, like the Rolly Crumb chess set. Here it is, my little pawn that I'm working on for the Rolly Crumb chess set. There you go. So you can look up. I can hit it with the light. Wow, isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? Oh my goodness. And you might think, wow, Terri really has it going on with her channel and the camera switching, etc., etc. But honestly, guys, I really don't. And I have to be honest with you. I was at a loss as to what to do and how to do it. And into my life walked the amazing Tim Gillette right here, who says, miss seeing you. Okay. I've got to tell you that he has go to timgillette.com and check him out if you want to see all the different things that he does. But if you want to do something that I think is really, really special to you, he really has some good achievements under his belt. One of them is me, myself. He has helped me to come to you in the way that I've come to you and to optimize what I've done. And my husband and I came up with this amazing switcher that allows me just to reach over and move over the cameras. It's got to be kindergarten level for me. It's got to be super simple. I'm an artist, and I'm someone who really, really doesn't want to study about the depths, inner workings of HTML, XYZ, RQW. I mean, no, please. Just give me something that's simple to do, that if I repeat it, it will work the same way as much as possible. And Tim Gillette is the person that gets you your feet off the ground, get you started. So you may be someone who doesn't want to have your face in front of the camera. And you may be someone who wants to reach out and touch people because you feel like you have something to say to help people with. Well, blog is something that Tim helps you with as well. Tim Gillette has a thing called Blog and Video Con. And I think isn't it timblogandvideo.com that you can find? Anyway, Tim Gillette, you can find it. And I encourage you. He often does live videos and has speakers that can tell you about the many ways you can get started, from podcasting to blogging to video, anyway, to optimize your footprint in social media. If you are someone like me who's 65 years old and you're used to hi, how are you, what's up, talking like this, which is still the way I like to talk. Okay, face to face. I want to see you, I want to see how you're feeling, and I want to talk directly to you. And on Zoom, on Patreon, I kind of get that, but I really, really like that we're getting back to live events because I like to look you in your eyes. But many of you grew up with social media. Many of you grew up with the internet. Many of you grew up with this amazing computer that you hold in your hand. And I'm still dealing with the fact that this thing seems to want to talk to me all the time. And I'm like, like yesterday I turned it off. Let me just type in no worries to demonstrate. See, I'm getting better. I'm understanding texting. Texting took a while for me. There was a lot of things that took a while for me. My point is, if you want to understand this, if you want to understand this, if you want to understand Zoom, if you want to understand how to shift between cameras, oops, should have ended here or here. This is the way to do it, and Tim Gillette is the guy to reach out to. So I hope you'll do that. He has a wonderful thing called the Mastermind where we can gather and reach out to him if we have a problem. pretty much most of the time we just go in and sign up, and there's so many things that I need to be more efficient. Right now I'm not as efficient as I could be, and so I'll be reaching to Tim to take it up to the next level. But that's why I'm so glad he popped in today, because I want to tell you about it. Okay, good. This is nobody. It's not my dad, so I don't have to pick it up. But stuff like that. Okay, Tim, thank you for dropping by. Good rainy morning. Yes, good rainy morning, Diane. And I look out and now I've got sun. So rain is pulling away and the sun is pulling in. So that should be a lovely, lovely day today. Sounds like you had a wonderful time. Bonnie, it was beyond belief. It was absolutely beyond belief. And Kimberly, hi, Kimberly. Abigail, yeah, it really was great. It would have been nice if it wasn't foggy and rainy. I mean, the little drizzles were great, but to get up to the Simi Valley, you go kind of up into the hills, and the hills love the clouds. It was kind of like do you like 1950s scary movies? It was a crawling eye kind of moment, I like to say, an hour limits kind of moment, but not really the best driving conditions. So I totally understand if you lived far away and you saw the rain outside and you said, I'll tuck in, but I knew your heart was with me and I appreciate that. Also, Kimberly and I went on Friday to see Sing Joyfully, which was a little concert out in Oxnard. Yeah, we were the driving people. My friend Paul Schnoblin, I think is how you say his name. Forgive me, Paul, if I'm really crucifying that. I just thought it would be nice to go see them. They are kind of a neighborhood choir. That's not to diss them in any way, but they are a group of people who come together and joyfully sing, i.e., sing joyfully. So we went out and heard them sing. If you are someone who knows music, it may not be the best for your ears, but it's charming and sweet, and it was lovely, and we had a good time. We really, really enjoyed hearing Paul sing and seeing people sing, and being able to catch up, her and I, on the drive to Oxnard and our way back, because we're both very busy friends, and I'm still waiting for her birthday gift. I ordered her birthday gift, and because of the pandemic, it's late, and it's just driving me nuts. They said it's on its way, and I'm like, what did you come by, camel? Boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, ba, boom. Waiting for Kimberly Dominguez's gift. I'm sitting there saying to myself, I'd love to get Kimberly her gift when it comes. And she's so good with cards and stuff. She ought to teach me how to do that. But thank you, Kimberly, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm glad. I mean, I'm going to be doing more of the sculpture stuff because people were really shocked that I work in clay. I mean, a lot of the young people are used to, like I said, programs that involve the keyboard and or a mouse or a stylus, right? Right? You use it on a Surface, or you use it on a Wacom pad, or see, I know all the technology things, or an iPad. I know the technology things. I just like the feel, smell, touch, tactile of clay because that's the way I was raised. And many of you have made that transition. I just don't. Okay, now maybe later if it's a little more user friendly for me. One of the things is I don't like it starting from a ball or a cylinder. I rarely start from a ball or a cylinder. I start from an armature. I cover it in clay. I bend it around. You see what I mean? So my process is very different. Doesn't mean I can't learn, because I also work in wax. Okay. This is some of the wax that I used. What I did was heat it up and pour it out. It's like a cracker right here. I do this if I want to do pins, medallions, things like this. Whee! It's light, as you can see, and wafer thin, wafer thin, wafer thin. Breaks like a cracker. See? Great sound. But anyway, it's beautiful. Wax is beautiful. You can shatter this wax, put it back together, and it will look like it was never broken. Something you cannot say with polymer clays. So I will be teaching all that kind of stuff in the new year. My husband and I are working on exactly how it will be presented. It will definitely be presented in a little more of an investment on the tiers on my Patreon page. For those of you who don't know what a Patreon page is, come and see me and join and have a good time. Audrey, good morning. Thank you, from Evan. Evan asked me if I wanted anything from Imagineering, and he told me about the Muppet scarf, and I said I'd like that, so I'm wearing it today because being a Muppeteer, you like to be surrounded by your kids. Anyway, I didn't do any famous Muppets. That's all Jim Henson people. But it was great to work with Jim and all those famous people who do these characters. But anyway, so thank you, Audrey. And Audrey's part of the tribe as well. So you can come be a part of the tribe. You can, it's a great way to get together and be. And it looks like we're kind of at the end because it's the holidays. I mean, guys, understand it's the holidays. So a lot of you got stuff to do. So I'm popping in just to let you know that I'm still thinking about you, that I wish you happy holidays, that my heart is with you, that I want to thank you, those of you who came to the gallery. Thank you 1,000 times. I really appreciate it. I want to officially thank Marianne of Lewis Galleries, Marianne Lewis, for being such a lovely person. The other thing that she did was just delightful. And let me hold that thought so I can show you in case you guys got to go. Patreon.com/Terri Hardin. That's where a lot of the classes will be held first. Everyone here gets first dibs. Okay. So that's why it's good to join for $5. Then I'll tell you the next tier, you can go up in that tier, learn a little bit, jump back down if you want, or just stay up there. That's totally up to you. I have a more of an artist's mind about my Patreon page. I want to be sure you guys are getting stuff out of it. And I work it like an artist, which means it's not always as consistent as it should be, but understand I do a lot of work here. So we're about to shift that and give you more, but we give you an awful lot. Just ask some of the people on the page, but check it out. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. And so on and so forth. So back to what I was saying about Marianne. She came to one of my pumpkin classes. And like many of you, believed that she couldn't do it before she even walked in. So she walked in with the little gremlin on her shoulder that said, you can't do this. You're not artistic. And she turned to me and she said, look, I want to try this. I want to go for this. I don't think I'm going to be very good at it. And I have a time frame. I have another artist. I've got an event happening at my gallery. I got about 2 hours. So I told her, come right at the beginning of the class, which started at 10, and we will get her out as close to 12 or 12:30 as we could. And we did. And she loved it. And she did very, very well. In fact, her husband popped in and said that he was very, very impressed when she brought it home. He couldn't believe, first of all, how big the pumpkin was. And then he was very impressed with how wonderful the character was that she made, and then that she sculpted. And then her husband said when she lit it, it was by far amazing. So Marianne felt amazing because she was shown, which is what I like to do. Maybe I'm from Missouri, the show me state. I want to show you that you can do it no matter who you are. And she really enjoyed it. And so she told everyone at the gallery, what you really need to do is take a live class from Terri because it's super fun. And who knows, maybe she can sponsor one at the gallery or offer one at the gallery or somewhere nearby. So you just never know what's in the works for 2023. So as I wrap up and I say good night, because you guys have got stuff to do, and so do I want you to remember to think about, as you are celebrating and fixing in this month of December, I want you to really think about sharing your dream with purpose. Okay. You want to be an animator, share it on social media, animate something and share it and say, I want to animate for a living. I want to animate for Pixar, DreamWorks, Disney, and name them, guys, name them. Hashtag Disney, hashtag Pixar. You guys know this better than me. And the next thing you know, they will reach out. I can name you several people who are now working for Disney who did just that. Now, did they do it because of my recommendation? Maybe. But maybe they just took that step, and you know what I say, or maybe you don't. My tribe knows what I say. A step in any direction, even if it's the wrong one, creates what? Let me hear it. Momentum. It creates momentum. So even if you take a step and it's the wrong step, it creates momentum in the direction you need it to go. So speak it out, share it with people that you trust and love, and just Go for it in this social media. Reach out for someone to help you. Don't keep doing it alone. Look for your Tim Gillettes. Look for your Marianne Lewis's of Lewis Gallery. Look for people like My Tribe, Terry's Tribe on Patreon for help, because we're here. What? To help you and collaborate with you and help you, because you deserve to do what you love. So why not start in 2023 and let us help you? Okay. All right, guys. I love you a bunch. Before we go, let's hear what Bob Burdine has to say. Speaking of the Patreon page, Terry is very generous with her experiences, talent, and helpful hints about show business. The tribe is such an eclectic group and always willing to help all great people. And what Bob isn't saying here is, let's say you love nonprofits. One of the things that I'm often saying for artists is a way to meet people and your art to get out there is to donate a piece to a nonprofit organization of your choice as a gift for the event planner for that charity that you love. Then the only thing you ask for is to go to the gala, so that when the painting is being displayed, offered, or shown, you can sit there and talk about it. I'm the artist. This is why I did it. This is what inspired me. Yabba, 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 yabba. Right? Right. So Bob and Rose Burdine are charitable event planners. They've been doing it for years, and for a while they retired, but they're so loved and they do it so well. That's the way they paint, is charitable organizations, that they share with us about what they look for, how it happens, and how happy they are when you make that offer. So I'm telling you, all walks of life in Terry's Tribe. So I hope you will join us. Bonnie says your pep talks are truly the best, always comes from the heart and means so much. And I hope so. I will always tell you the truth. I seriously will always tell you the truth, good and bad. Yeah. Yeah. I always will, because you guys need that. You need someone who's going to tell you like it is, so you can make the adjustments and changes that you want to make, or not. It's your choice, right? If this kind of talk, you say to yourself, I don't want to hear that. I've heard that a million times. You know what you can do? Change the channel. And maybe you already have. So, but if not, believe me, I love you. Go with love. Go with where you find the inspiration that you need. If it's here, subscribe. If it's not, it's okay, guys. It's all right. It's all good, man. As Saul Goodman says, one of my favorite shows. Love you, says Tim Ulett. Thanks for the shout out. I will offer a deal for your tribe to join my mastermind or virtual events membership. You hear that, guys? I should copy this and then I'll share it with them. So yeah, Tim's a love. He's absolutely, I've been with him. I am one of his very first mastermind people. I joined him a while back. Okay. A while back. Like, I think I've been doing this for like 4 years. Before that, I was with Tim. Okay. Because I did it a little bit, but he's the one who got me to just do it. Okay. He gave me a pep talk. So for those of you who think I'm the pep talker and I don't ever need a pep talk, we all do, right? We all need a pep talk at some point. Social media is and continues to be an enigma to me. I want to master it because I need to master it, but I need people to help me understand it, because there are times, most of the time, I simply do not get it. So that's why I'm presenting Tim to you today. It's not for any other reason. I know that people get affiliates, and let me just talk to you really quickly about affiliates. Affiliates are great on your channel as long as you use them. Don't do an affiliate because it's for the money. Again, don't be money centric. Don't be money centric. I'm getting excited. Can you tell? The words are enunciate, Terry. Have a sip of tea. But affiliates are great. Sometimes you might look at a channel and go, oh, they're just advertising a bunch of affiliates. They don't really use that stuff. Well, don't be that person then. You know, I haven't done a lot of affiliate marketing. I don't really have an affiliate. I'm still not understanding the connection and what the responsibility is to affiliate. So that's something I'm going to talk with Tim about, and maybe he can walk me through it and help me understand. Maybe do my first one with him as he's offered here, right? But I have been a mastermind member with Tim, so I can say to you, Tim Gillette is a good mastermind if you want to invest. Okay. I can say that because I've been with him for over like 4 years or something. Okay. He's the one that put me here. All right. This is how I got here. My husband and I listened to some of the things, and then we studied together, and then we looked, and my husband is the one who set up my studio. But my confidence came from not only my husband, Tim Gillette, who said, just do it, and then helped us. And he does that for a lot of people. So find someone who can do that for you and then join them, which is why I offer you to come to the tribe, because there's tons of people like that on there. Yes. Okay. If that's what you want to do, if it's something else, if there's something you love to do and you're stuck in a dead end job or you don't have a job, maybe this is the time while you don't have a job to dip a toe in that which you want to do creatively. What is it? And if you're too shy to share it on this big of a platform, this is where that Patreon page, that tribe comes in. Intimate, behind a locked door. And we can work with you very, very specifically, like Tim tends to work with me. Well, not that involved, but it's still pretty involved. It's still good, because you got all the big people there, right? Okay. I'm kind of restating what I stated, but I just feel it's very important to do that. Terri is a touchstone when you are floundering. She can bring you back with love and honesty. See, sometimes people just say it better. There's Paul. Paul, did I say your it's Schnoblin, right? Anyway, here's Paul. We went and saw him sing joyfully in Oxnard. He was absolutely adorable. Like I said, you're not going to get Dorothy Chandler Pavilion singing, but you are going to get like-minded people joining together who want to sing and have a good time and celebrate the Lord, celebrate Christmas, celebrate the holiday, just make a joyful noise by singing joyfully. And it was a lot of fun to see Paul and hear them all, all of the mixtures and all together. And it was lovely. It was very, very comfortable, and I loved it very much. And Paul, you did a great, great job. See, he says, sorry, I'm joining late. Thanks again for coming to my chorus concert. And chorus, I appreciate the support. So this is kind of the things you do, guys. Someone tells you they're doing something, and if you're free, you go and support them. Okay. What do you do? Something nice for someone else because it's going to make you feel better. Why is that important? Not so much so you can always think you're all that, but you do it because maybe you're a little depressed. Maybe you're down. Maybe you're not feeling that Christmas spirit. So you go to Paul's concert. You see how I call it Paul's concert. The rest of the chorus would laugh at that because Paul himself would admit he's one of many. But it was Paul's concert as far as I'm concerned. And at Paul's concert, it was great to go. And that was one of my challenges, is that I am feeling a little bit festive, but I really wanted to feel festive. And so watching them all to come together, and Paul explained to me what they had to do to make this concert a reality this year with the pandemic and all the other hurdles that we've been through. And my friend Kimberly came with me, which was lovely, a little drizzly again, but we went up there and it was a lot of fun. And so, Paul, thank you for reaching out to me and telling me. I know when you told me you weren't sure I was even going to make it, but if I can, I wanted to, and I knew it was special for you. And I sat out in front, so I was right there. So this is something you can do nice for someone. It doesn't take a lot to do it. And if you can do it, do it. Okay. You don't necessarily always have to spend a lot of money to do something nice for a friend. Sometimes it's as simple as calling them up and saying, hey, I miss you. I haven't talked to you. And I have one that I've got to do that today with, because bless his heart, I miss him. And I keep saying I'm going to call him. Today that I've said it, I'm going to lead from the front and I'm going to do it. You remember when I said for Guillermo del Toro, I would love it if you would go see Pinocchio in the theater. That very weekend, I took my husband in the theater to see it, even though I had already seen it. But that's what I mean. If I'm asking you to do it, I am willing to do it first. Okay? I am willing to lead from the front and help you do it. I'm not want to ask you not to do it. These are things that I've tried, tested, and are true. I wouldn't make you go out on a limb if I hadn't gone there first and tested it out. Okay? All right. So in the words of the Puss in Boots, for you, I could be. Have a lovely, lovely Monday, a lovely, lovely week, and I will see you Friday for Terri Hardin's Ask Me Anything. Happy holidays, everybody. Know that I love and care for you. And what? Do something nice for someone else. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. I love you guys. Seriously. Be well. Be happy. Be safe. One more comment from Michael Clarkey. We just got you. Good morning. I didn't know if YouTube posted my comment. So here it is again. Just watch Pinocchio on Netflix. The animation and the story was wonderful. Thank you for doing that, my friends. This weekend, Guillermo won an animation award. So yay! And thanks for all your support. I did write to him and tell him you were all going to see it, and we're sending your love. So thank you for doing that from your heart, Guillermo's heart, from Paul, from Tim, from all of us here on my channel. Do something nice for yourself, and then do something nice for someone else. Love and kisses. See you Friday. And if you can't make it, it's the holidays. Don't sweat it. I'll still be here. All right, guys. Bye for now. Love and hugs. Let's go. Have a nice week.